Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt. I'm here today with another video. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought since I was going to do this anyway for a customer, a collector, I would just video it to share and talk with you guys. Yeah. So part of the reason I share these types of videos is, one, to share tips with other people so that they can succeed in things they're trying to do. And successful things that I've learned. And the second reason is to offer a little transparency, because I think people don't really quite know what it is that I do or what I'm entirely about. And so I'm hoping that this offers a little bit more insight and transparency. So if I'm sharing with you, I'm a pretty private person, but if I share something with you, it's because I want to include you in what it is that I'm doing, or let you know a little bit more about me. Okay, so a few years ago, Topps Trading Cards put together, this was for their 80th anniversary. I think this was back in 2018. They released a set of trading cards based on the wrapper art of previous card sets that they had released. And these were timed editions. Each one was a timed edition. So however many of that card that was ordered during that week it was available was how big the print run was. So a lot of these cards there's only like 100 or so of these available. And each card was available with wall art, like little mini posters on the trading card stock. And so I was fortunate enough to grab a few of those, but each one came with, I'm trying not to be too confusing, each one came with a one of one, or each one was available with a one of one 80th anniversary gold inked and embossed wall art card. And so the card, it's those bigger cards, I think they were like 7 by 5 inches or something like that. I'm not sure exactly, but I was able to grab a few of those. Those went quick for each card. So I got one for like Donkey Kong, Ninja Turtles, blah, blah, blah. And all of those are like one of one. So it's amazing that I got those, and I'll share those at one point. But in the meantime, the actual trading cards that were made available were different cards like this. And so if you didn't get it then, it wasn't going to be printed or wouldn't exist. So if you were me, you would grab like 5 or 10 cards of each to be able to sell later. Now, something is valuable based on like rarity and scarcity. So the more cards I would order, the bigger the print run would be, which would devalue the scarcity of the card. So the idea was to only get like 5 or 10. And the reason I did that was to cover the cost of those gold one of ones that I was getting, because those were like $100 a piece, but they're the only one of that kind. So it's like a rare Michael Jackson or a rare Star Trek, and it was just all based around pop culture. Okay, so recently, so Donkey Kong here from the video game, which I'll show you in a second, I ordered 10 of these, and since I got the rare one of one gold wall art card, I took one of that, and then I'll get them framed up. I'll get the card framed up with the wall art at another time. I haven't done that because my kids have been really young, and I just don't think it would go well for the art when kids are really little. If you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. So I put the 9 up. What I did is I put the other 9 cards of Donkey Kong up and made them available in my hobby shop. And I set the price at $15, $14.99, free shipping. I think I paid like $7, $8 per card. So there's like a little profit in there. But what I do is when somebody orders a card, and 15 is a really good fair aftermarket price, okay? Especially for a limited run and big brands like Donkey Kong. So what I do is I'll put it in my shop for $14.99, and then as the stock goes down, I raise the price. So if I sell like 2 or 3, it goes up to $19.99, and then I sell 2 or 3 more, it goes up to $24.99. And that way I can stretch out my inventory for longer. So the other day, a collector wrote me asking me if I would do a deal for him and sell him all 9 of my Donkey Kong cards. So first thing you want to do is have your hands clean, like clean and dry if you're dealing with collectibles. Second thing, do it on a surface, a soft, like put a cloth down or a table or a towel or something. So he asked me if I would sell him all 9 of my cards for $12.99. So essentially, he was trying to save $18 on that transaction and get a free card, which is fine. I understand, I can't knock another guy's hustle. By all means, it doesn't hurt to ask. I'll ask. I'll try to get deals on things. Here's the problem with deals, and this is like a tip for business owners. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, business school probably teaches you different, but from my experience, when you do a deal, you're devaluing the price of the item. Okay, and I understand if you're buying in bulk, you should get a deal. I get that. The thing is, again, from my own experience, anytime I've ever done a deal, I've 100% regretted it. The person wants to return it, the person complains, there's problems with this and that, and they want a discount and a refund, and then I got to pay for the return shipping, and the stuff's damaged, and I take those hits. I never do deals now. One, I'm fortunate enough that I don't need the money, right? So I'm not desperate to do a deal. So I don't care if this takes a year or 10 years, or if it never sells and then I end up passing it on to my kids. That's fine either way. I do know everything will sell. 2, everything is collectible. Always remember that, everything. 3, price tells a story. So I've literally had items that, like movie posters that were in my shop for a while that were not selling. And what I would do in those instances, I need 6 of these. So what I would do in those instances, and you can see the Donkey Kong card, is if something was sitting in my shop for too long, I would actually raise the price on it. And a little bit, until eventually it did sell. Now that's counterintuitive because you think you should lower the price so it would sell. And that's what they do at Walmart. And it's really a beautiful card. I love the color yellow. That's what they do at Walmart or Target, is they'll mark it down to sell. Well, I mark it up. So he sent me the email the other day. I forgot to respond because of my birthday. Asking for a discount for all 9. Okay. Well, he ends up buying 3 cards from me for the $14.99 price, which is a good, fair price. Okay, so this last one is for me. That one's going to be for my collection, which is why I got into it in the first place. And so what you want to do next is put these in your penny sleeves. So this is another reason I'm making this video, is to share with you how to pack a trading card for shipping. It's penny sleeve. So I'm going to need 6 of these. 2. 4. Okay, so he buys 3 cards for $14.99. That's $45 instead of buying like 9 from me, which is fine. I ship them, everything goes well. This morning I woke up and he bought the other 6, but I raised the price $5 like I told you. So after he bought the 3 and I shipped them, I raised the price to $19.99 per card. And then he bought the remaining 6. So that was $120 plus the $45 he already gave me for the other 3. So he's getting all 9 and he's paying $165 for me, to me, for all this. That's not all profit because I got to cover the cost of the cards and eBay fees and the cost of shipping. But I like when somebody buys a lot of something because I only have to pay for 1 shipping, right? So to ship all 6 of these cards will cost me about $3-4, whereas to ship each one would cost me about $2, right? So I'm going to pay $4 to ship all 6 as opposed to 12 to ship them separately. So I'm saving money there. So I like that. And that tells you the value of not doing a deal. So the guy offered me what would have been 9 times 13, 27, 90, $117 for what he wound up paying $165 for, which is still a solidly fair and good idea. And the guy obviously he has an eye, which is why he's paying that. Okay, so let me show you how to pack these. Now, that brings me to my next point. And this is a point on social media that I don't think a lot of people get. I have a lot of social media accounts, okay? So if it looks like I don't get a lot of traction on my main profile, you're right, I don't. But that doesn't mean I'm not getting traction on social media, because I do a lot of things on the internet, so I have different accounts that serve different purposes. Now my point is, not everybody is looking for a Donkey Kong card. I mention this because there's a guy that I knew in my 20s as an acquaintance that just never goes away, and he always seems to find a way. And then he wants to brag about his social media impact. And no matter how many times I block him, he always finds me and sends me a message to do his brag. I ignore them, but he still sends them anyway. Now, what he doesn't understand, and I think a lot of other people don't understand, is there's a difference between getting a lot of views on something and getting an impact on something. Now, this Donkey Kong card did not get a lot of views, and that's okay, because it got engagement. It literally only took one person, the right person, to find this, to buy all of the cards. And if you're connecting with that one right person, you're making money. You're going to make $165 off of that interaction with them, which is like and this is a top loader, which is like harder, and that protects your card. So it's not about the quantity of interaction you're getting on the internet, and this is a note to small business owners, entrepreneurs. It's about the quality of the interaction. So if you're building trust in your community, people will pay you for your item, and you'll make money off of that one interaction, as opposed to having thousands of meaningless interactions. Now, I have YouTube channels that have gotten videos with thousands and thousands of views. I've had like some TikTok stuff happen. And all of that's fine, because I like talking and socializing, and I want to connect with other collectors, and you know, we'll stay in touch, and we'll tell each other about other things that are coming up that are beneficial to, one, me as a collector, but also to me as a business guy, right? Because I mean, the greatest thing is if your hobby can support itself. You can make a little money off of your hobby. Okay, so now this is the team sleeve. So it goes in the penny sleeve, which goes in the top loader. Okay. And now it goes in the team sleeve. And you want to make sure that your presentation here to your collector, and this is so if it rains or falls in the water, or you know, in the mud, like the post office can do from time to time, it stays dry and safe, and it's unbendable. And you just want to make sure there's like no fuzz or smudges or anything like that. And then I press this down and it's sealed. And now you have a nice collectible item. Nice $20 item right there, ready to ship. I'm going to do that with all of them. So Donkey Kong. Anyway, my point is, don't worry about the numbers. Focus more on having meaningful interaction. And if it looks like somebody else is winning because they're doing numbers, they're probably not monetizing that and turning it into a source of revenue. And I can get into more about that at another time. So my takeaways, what I hope you take away in this video, the things I'm sharing are, one, Well, this is kind of what I do, or part of what I do. This is one of the things I do. 2, this is how you pack a trading card, if you want to get into that. 3, don't budge on your price. Don't do deals. You know, it doesn't feel good and you regret it later. And 4, the measure of your impact on social media, if you're a business person, can be reflected in the amount of money that it returns to you. Meaning, you don't need to have millions of interactions like Dwayne Johnson or, you know, whoever. You really could just have a dozen interactions with the right people, and if they're connecting with what you're doing, which is why I have different social medias and use different platforms for different things, then you're winning. And even though it looks to somebody on the outside like you're not, they don't know, and they don't need to know, because that's your business, and it's okay to be private and not tell everybody your every move. Okay. I'm glad you guys watched this video, and I hope you really did get something out of this, and this was fun sharing this with you. And yeah, leave a comment and tell me what you think, and thank you for watching. All right, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.